I'm coming on here today because I feel like y'all have officially lost the plot. I'm gonna just start this video off by prefacing that I am neither right or left. I feel like my frontal lobe isn't in yet, so I'm gonna let the people that are actively doing research on these politicians to be the ones to decide the vote. And I don't really get into politics much, but humanity, that's a different subject all around. I just watched somebody get assassinated, okay? I ain't never seen nothing like that. I wasn't alive for Kennedy. I wasn't alive for Malcolm X or Martin Luther King Jr. I wasn't alive for those. I got to like see this from 7 different angles. First of all, I'm getting all these conspiracies. I'm gonna get into that a little later, but it's just people making fun of people getting murdered in broad daylight in front of thousands, in front of their kids, for their takes. I've only seen this guy through my timeline, like only here and there. He was like an Andrew Tate or like a Sneeko or a Myron or Ben Shapiro. Like they just pop up randomly when they have a wild take or a very dividing take. Now I will say that he might have been too headstrong in some of his beliefs, but nonetheless, he was not actively doing violent stuff, and he wasn't like, I don't know, bro. It's weird seeing people rejoice for somebody getting murdered. This is people just straight up rejoicing for somebody who had no real power over people's lives. You could turn off your phone at any time. You could stop listening to him. You don't have to go out there to those rallies and try to debate him. He was very well articulated and knew what he was bringing to the table and what he was going to say ahead of time. So I understand people thinking that he was preying on the weak. Don't go up there to the stand if you don't feel like you know what you're about to talk about and like you are ready to get into that debate. That's what a debate is. You have to know your facts. And it seems like people are sensitive, which is surprising coming from a generation raised with South Park, all these R-rated movies and M-rated games. We're supposed to be, you know, a little more lenient, I guess, to people's thoughts. But yes, I saw the racist stuff. That's not acceptable from anybody. But I think that the points that he was trying to get across is that there are a small minority in every single race, black, white, Hispanic, doesn't matter what you are. There are bad fruits in every basket. That's my take. I think I'm not gonna get into examples because I think that's just wrong. I think people have either a good heart or they have a bad heart, and this is showing me straight up black and white on evil and good. And I've seen it through some of my friends that are laughing and rejoicing at this young man's passing. Um, I'm seeing it online, of course, and I don't know, man. It's real, just demonic and sick. And I hope God fixes everything. There's a lot to be fixed. Obviously, like Palestine, and his thoughts on Palestine and the Palestinian people not being a real people. That was super. I didn't agree with that. Just he was stuck in his thoughts, and that's fine. You're not gonna go out and take out your racist auntie or something because they had some different beliefs. You can just have a discussion with them. You can be civilized. You don't have to resort to violence coming from the side. Like, as I preface this video, I'm neither right nor left. I'm somewhere in the middle just trying to be a viewer and see what I see. I've seen good takes from each side, and I agree with certain representatives of each side. But I think we need some unity, man. We need some fucking unity. I love people of every race. I've learned, that there are racist people that are there, like Hulk Hogan. No, okay, I'm sorry, Hulk Hogan. There are racists in every race too. Like I saw Charleston White say, "I don't care about the white man dying." It's funny because I really will still support Charleston White. He's an unk. That's his perspective. I'm not gonna be like, "Oh, I hate everything he says," because he has that point of view. That is a point of view that often that a lot of African Americans or mixed races are feeling at this moment, because come on, we were the villains. I'm not full white. I do have a part Hispanic in me. He also had a very meaningful quote saying, when discussion stops happening on both sides, that's when one side stops seeing the humanity in the other side. And I think that's what's happening. And he's also finished that quote by saying, that's when the real violence starts, is when you start losing humanity in the other side. And I really think that's what's gonna start happening. It's already happening. He was a domino. He's not the needle that's gonna be the turning point, but he was a major domino that is very tragic, and my prayers and condolences go out to his family and his children, and those children of the university that had to I know they're full-grown adults, but still, that has to be traumatic, just to hear a single ring go past and expecting more, or not knowing if there will be more and having to duck down. I've never been in a scenario like that, and I'm sure your heart is in your ass. There's a sickness that's going around. I hope everybody gets cured from, and I would say we are getting to the point where it's going to get quite obvious which side you're on real soon. So I'd say stay close with your creator. I'd say stay in prayer. I'd say try to further those relations near you, and try to have difficult conversation and discussion and debate about things you don't agree on, because that's what Charlie Stats should be remembered for. We should go 10 times harder in the paint. Don't let this be a fear tactic. Do not get scared to go out in public and talk. Go talk your piece. Go speak your truth. On both sides, on every side of the spectrum, go spit and go 10 times harder in the paint, because they're just going to try to silence us. They might use this to try to take guns, which that would be very bad, because those with undocumented guns, I'm not just talking stolen weapons, I'm talking cartel weapons, guns passed through generations of veterans. There's plenty of more examples, but yes, stolen guns too. And it would be given leverage to other countries to invade, because we wouldn't be able to all be an army as one. And the Second Amendment was put in there for a tyrannical government. I'm not saying ours is that, but if it ever gets to that, we're gonna need to work as one, be a unit. Unity will come from a reason, but I believe that it could happen. And they're trying to separate us, divide and conquer. We don't need to be in separate communities. You can still love your neighbor. You can, and I say that term loosely. If you don't know what loving your neighbor is, it means your friends, your family, those around you, your coworkers. That Superman was awesome. Fantastic Four was awesome. I've loved this summer. I've been trying to just get out there and socialize and live life a little more. Um, and I suggest y'all do the same. You know, it's important to build bonds, rapport, and just connection. We don't need to be separate. That's my main message. And rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. And that's what Charlie Kirk had. He had a good head on his shoulders. He was well articulated. He was doing the right thing by going out there, speaking to the youth that often feels like they don't have an outlet or they aren't being heard. And he went out there and had those discussions and heard out each and every side. He wasn't the best of man, but he was a damn good one. He was better than me, and probably better than a lot of y'all hating. So just let the man rest, okay? Those who cared about him, keep his memory going, and I will catch y'all in the next video. I will be back. I'm gonna start making these more regular, okay? It's time I get back on my grind. Yeah. So follow up. Blasino out. Peace.